I don't know if this is recording or not. Yeah, I think it is. Okay. So, what's up, YouTube? I'm making this video because I'm on my way to adult probation because my court hearing that I had a couple weeks ago here, I was supposed to get just a summary citation, and that's what I got, a $50 fine. They kept it as low as they could to keep the costs down to below $300 is what they said. So that they just gave me a $50 fine. Just a simple, not even a misdemeanor, just a summary, disorderly conduct, $50 fine. They even did it at the county, the Court of Common Pleas, and instead of it being a Court of Common Pleas, it was they did it as a magistrate. I've never seen that done before, but so they carried out the hearing. The judge up there, who's a main judge for the Court of Common Pleas, he acted as a magistrate, and they waited until right when I was standing in front of the judge to hand me these papers. It said the papers were probation papers, like that you signed for probation. And he said, okay, you have the two documents in front of you, understand, you have those documents signed, you understand what they mean? And at that time, I'm like, actually, Your Honor, before I signed them, I said, it was my understanding that I wasn't going to have any probation. And then my public defender reassured me at that time. It's just how they do this. That's how the only way we're able to do this here. It's how they do the program. It's just a technicality. It's 90 days probation, but it's just for costs and fines. I said, well, when I pay it off, I don't have to remain on probation for 90 days, do I? And they actually made a special condition that if I pay my fine off before the 90 days is up, I can have my probation terminated early. So right at the time, I'm on the spot. The judge is asking me if I sign those documents, and it's like, I hate when they do that. I fucking hate when they put you on the spot like that. Anytime anybody is trying to rush you into something, right, and there's no need to rush, it's usually not in your best interest. That's in my experience anyway. There hasn't been too many things that I can think of that somebody else rushed me into that ended up being in my best interest. So with that being said, I was on house arrest before, years ago, 6 months house arrest for, driving under suspension, but it was a criminal offense because I had so many of them. 6 months house arrest, had an anklet on my damn ankle and everything. Monitored, and then I did the phone calls for a few months. And with 6 months house arrest, I didn't have to report to probation. 6 months of house arrest, I never had to report to probation. They set you up with the house arrest thing right off the bat. They actually come to your house to do it, so I didn't even have to go to probation to set up the house arrest. They came to my house. And 6 months of house arrest, they never had to report to probation. So I'm thinking, okay, whatever. It's just a technicality. It's paperwork. And then I get the paperwork from the clerk of courts few days later, and it's got the grand total on it. And boy, is probation expensive. I don't know how they itemize everything, but the $50 fine ends up being almost $700. You believe that? A $50 fine, when it's all said and done, is almost $700. Almost $700. That's 14 times. That's okay, not like twice as much or 3 times as much as the $50 fine. No, 14 times as much. 14 times as much as the fine was total. It's almost $700. We'll say 13 times because it's like $650 something. I think off the top of my head. So I'm like, holy crap, they got me there. They really got me there. They told me that they were going to keep the fine at $50 to keep the costs and everything below $300. So it was my understanding I would not have probation, and it was my understanding that the total costs with the fine and everything would be less than $300. That's the selling point. That's why I did this, because the whole time I was pleading not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, and I was going to take this case to trial in order to allow the truth to come out. But it would have never came out because they do not want the dash cams and the body cams. They don't want my story coming out. They don't want anybody to know that what I say is the truth. You know, they don't want that to be seen. So the day of the hearing, the first thing my public defender said to me is hold on a second, the cop's not here, so I think we can get this dismissed. So there I am. I could have got the whole thing dismissed, right? But no. I'm a reasonable, cooperative, compromising kind of guy. That's just how I am. That's who I am, right? And in the good name of making things easier and quicker on everybody else, the people who are getting paid to do this, just in the good sense of making it easier on everybody else, instead of dragging it out, because that's the way he put it to me is well, we can get this over and done with right now. If not, I'm not sure how long this is going to take. We could be here for a while. A day? What, half a day? So instead of me doing, I rushed and tried to please other people. And see what I get for trying to please other people. I tried to please other people, and it cost me damn near $700. That's just to start with. Okay, when I could have got the whole thing dismissed. No, it cost me damn near $700. And a disorderly conduct on my record. And I'm on probation. So then I get a letter in the mail here a week ago, my daughter's birthday. That's when it was postmarked for. And I just opened it a couple days ago here. It's from probation. I just thought it was just more, the finalized paperwork or whatever. No, it says that I have to report to probation for an appointment, like to check in, as of October 27th at 9 a.m. Now that was yesterday. I called them first thing in the morning yesterday and let them know that I just opened that the night before. I was being honest. I just opened that letter the night before. I had no way to get there. So I really didn't fret it. I just let them know, hey, as of right now, I don't have a way to get there. So what do you want to do? And the probation officer was very nice. Her name's Megan. She seems like a sweetheart. She's just doing her job. So we worked it out here for me to come down today. I had to borrow my mom's car, take her to work. I have shit to do that I'm doing at the house. I got to get the furnace running. I have a ton of shit to do. And it's cold in the house right now. But anyway, here I am, wasting, the gas to get down here for a check-in. Well, I don't know why we couldn't do anything over the phone. They're probably going to drug test me here. And that's the thing. It was, when I said about, probation, I said, am I actually, gonna, be monitored, on probation? And they're like, no. And they look at the sheet, and the sheet has a list of boxes that you check mark. It says special conditions of probation. And a lot of times, the judge will court order, depending on your charges, the judge will court order drug testing or periodic check-ins, stuff like that. Well, they made sure that they pointed out to me, no, look, nothing's checked. There's no special conditions. It's just a technicality. You're just on probation just because that's how it works. That's how we had to do it. Like a technicality, just the formality of the paperwork, right? That's just how they had to do it. Oh yeah? Well, here we are. I talked to the probation officer on the phone yesterday, and she was asking me a bunch of questions about prescriptions and stuff. And I was a little hesitant. I'm like, why are you even asking me that? I know what comes next here. Why are you asking me if I have a medical card? She was asking me if I had the weed card. Because in Pennsylvania, you have to have a card from a doctor to be able to smoke weed. You have to pay money to a doctor. If not, guess what? It's illegal. If you smoke weed and you didn't pay a doctor $200 and pay the state another $50, okay? The state's got to get their money and the doctor's got to get their money, and this is every year. If you didn't pay them their money, then you're breaking the law. Doing the same thing anybody else is doing, but you're breaking the law. Saying it out loud just makes you realize how fucked up this world is, man. How are you going to persecute somebody and charge them with a criminal offense when this dude right here, who definitely shouldn't be doing it and who is definitely not a productive member of society, he can do it legally right in front of you because he paid a doctor and the state some money. But if I do it and say I have a legitimate reason and it makes more sense and I do it, but I didn't pay that doctor and I didn't pay the state, I'm breaking the law. See, this is where we, our system is fucked. That's where our system is fucked. When money takes over, when money dictates the laws, when money is the reason why laws are created, and money is the reason why laws are enforced, then the system's not working right. That's not what it's for. That's fucked up. That is fucked up. That's wrong. That is not what the fucking system is for. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist or a genius to fucking figure that out, to look at that and say, yeah, that's not right. Our founding fathers would be they would be livid, man. They'd be rolling over in their graves if they saw the laws that we have on the books today and why we have them. I'm pretty sure they would be pretty upset. It's worse than the fucking tyranny they were under. It's worse than the rule, the British, the crown, when they were under the monarch and they fought the Revolutionary War for our fucking liberty. It wasn't even as bad as we have it now under our own government. So you got to go back to the roots. Why did they draw up the Constitution the way they did? Why did so many people fight and die in the Revolutionary War? Why did they do that? And when you come to the answer of why they did it, None of these fucking laws make any sense. And that's why I support Chili DeCastro and delete laws. Because his main message is that there are a bunch of fucking laws on the books. One in particular, Terry versus Ohio. He wants to overturn Terry versus Ohio because that one is the one that gave police basically free reign. They can just do anything they want and arrest you for whatever they want and get away with it. I mean, you might be able to get off on it later on, but they're not held accountable. They can just detain you and they can arrest you and put you in handcuffs, throw you in jail, fucking, make you spread your cheeks and just totally defile you and everything else in the name of Terry versus Ohio. Right? So there are a bunch of laws that don't make any fucking sense, and we need to delete those laws. We need to overturn Terry versus Ohio. And there's a bunch of laws, since the system doesn't work right. They gave police the discretionary powers for a reason, because they're only supposed to enforce the laws at their own discretion whenever it's needed, like whenever it's going to affect the safety of another human being. They're supposed to protect and serve the other human being, and by enforcing laws, sometimes that's what they have to do to protect, the public safety, to protect other people's rights, to have a peaceful society. And not disturb their peace. Okay? They're not supposed to just go around enforcing laws when there's no victim. Especially when the defendant is the fucking victim here. Who's protecting and serving the defendants? We have things that we pay for, or taxpayer dollars pay for, like public defenders and things like that are supposed to protect, be the advocates for the defendants, but we all know, at the end of the day, it's just a job to them. They work alongside the prosecutors, and it's all one big fucking shit show. It's all a big game. So they all work together. I'm not blaming them. Don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming them. I just think that they don't treat every case like it was their own. If it was their own, damn well that they would treat those cases differently. Like if that was my public defender's case, I'm pretty sure he would have waited the rest of the day to have that dismissed, to have those charges dismissed. Pretty sure that would have been in my best interest. Would have saved me $700. And would have saved me this the gas money coming up here, 3 months of probation, and whatever else is going to happen today, because I'm pretty sure she's going to try to drug test me here. I've just got a feeling, and you know how that goes. Like, the curse of always being right, and I don't like being right all the time, especially in situations like this. It's kind of like a violation. Feel like my fucking rights and privacy are being infringed upon, and I'm being, I'm being punished here with probation for a simple $50 disorderly conduct fine. So since Officer Dill almost killed me, right? Can I go that way? Since Officer Dill almost killed me, and I got a $50 fucking disorderly conduct fine out of it, simple summary fine, like a traffic citation. That's exactly how my public defender put it. Just like a traffic citation, that's it. Over and done with. That's how he put it. I have to be punished. And why do you think that is? Do you think it's because they really need to rehabilitate me because I committed disorderly conduct? No, come on. It's for money. That's all it is. It's just for fucking money. And now, I really hope... I'm running late because I had to borrow my mother's car. And, I really hope that Megan here is not one of these probation officers that abuse their position, abuse their power, and she doesn't act like a tyrant because I'm running late. She's getting paid. Either way. This is not like it's her personal time. She asked that I was up here by 9:30. Now, I'm running, obviously I'm late. Because it's not her time. We're on my fucking time. She's getting paid. As far as I'm concerned, she's on my fucking time. If you watch my videos, if you're part of my fan club here, and you work in probation, I do need to say, I've said some unsavory things about certain people in probation, and I do want to apologize for that. I'm sorry. That's not who I am. I don't go around calling people names like that in real life, so I need to stop doing that. Particularly Pam Neff, I'm sorry. If you watch this, if you've heard of anything I may have said about you in the past, I am sorry. It's immature. It's uncalled for. I apologize. You know, I'm 37 years old. I shouldn't be, name calling. That being said, I still, feel a certain kind of way about what you did to me years ago, but that's in the past. You're doing your job, and it's in the past, But I am sorry for saying some unsavory things about you. If you heard them. If not, then maybe you should go back and check out my videos and listen to what I said. Because I'm not going to take them down. I said it, I'm not going to hide what I said. I'm just going to own up to it. And I'm going to tell you I apologize for saying anything. I don't even remember what I might have said, but if I said anything nasty, I'm sorry. I apologize, Pam. I really do. At the end of the day, I understand you're doing your job. You got a job to do. You deal with some pretty unsavory people, I'm sure. So I can imagine how your job is. And not only that, our first impression, that was our very first impression. You kind of, I don't know what you were told about me, what you knew about me. I have no idea. I really think you got a skewed first impression of me, though. I really do, because I'm not such a bad guy. I'm pretty easygoing, nice guy to get along with. Like I said, I'm accommodating. I accommodate other people, and oh, by the way, happy First Responders Day. Today is National First Responders Day. So, thank you, first responders, for everything you do. You guys are heroes. Honest to God, you are heroes. Anything I say bad about you has nothing to do with what you're with being a first responder. That's what you guys do is awesome. So, I'm here. So, I didn't get to call and tell her I was running late. So, with that being said, just. We'll see if what happens. I'll do an update. But be real. Keep fighting the good fight. Be good or be good at it. I'm out.